Hey guys, welcome back to my art desk. So it has been a little while since I've sat down to do some art, and I am really eager to do this. I actually just sketched up this circus bear. I was very impressed with myself because I did not use a reference at all, so if any of his bear anatomy is incorrect, that would be why. But I really like how it turned out, so then I went onto Instagram and I asked you guys which kind of color scheme you liked the best. I was leaning between these two because I felt like this one looked a bit too much like pajamas. And then on Instagram, you guys were between this one and this one. So we're gonna go with this one. So I'm actually gonna be painting this in my Himi Miya gouache. I love gouache, so we are just going to use this palette that is a few years old already. I do have a video using these for the first time, so I can link that. But for now, I'm just going to be using my very crusty palette to come up with some of similar colors that I have here, so that I have a good color palette to start with. I do not want to forget the pink circles on the inside of the bigger circles, and then also the hat is supposed to be pink. Now I do feel like this sketch is a little bit dark, so I want to lighten it up. Gouache is a medium that is a little bit, I guess you would say, in between watercolor and acrylic. So it does have some watercolor attributes to it, but also it is opaque like acrylic. So you can use it however you prefer to use it, really. I've seen people use really thick gouache to make cool art, and then people use gouache just like watercolor. I think I'm somewhere in between. I think I do like a thicker look, but we'll see where this one goes. I might do some experimenting, but because of its potential transparency in some areas if you use a lot of water, you might be able to see the sketch lines underneath. So that is why I want to lighten the sketch. And my kneaded eraser is my favorite thing to use for lightening up sketch lines. Now, this is, I think, 2 kneaded erasers mixed together, and they are quite dirty at this point, so I really should look into getting some fresh ones, because the fresh ones would definitely work better, that's for sure. Okay, that'll have to be good enough. I did accidentally get some paint on here from something else, so hopefully the paint job will be able to cover that up. And yeah, let's, I guess, get started. Also, I picked up this set of Royal and Langlicol brushes. These kind of brushes are my favorite, with this kind of hair fibers or whatever, brush fibers. So I saw them at Home Sense and I thought I would just pick them up because I do have a lot of brushes, as you can see, but a lot of them are not in great shape anymore, and some of them are just not the right size. So it is good to have a nice variety of brushes when you like to paint. So I'm gonna add this to my stash and then I'll get started. These look so nice. Oh, they feel really nice. And I like the variety of like some angle tips, some square tips, rounded. So far my first impression of these are very good. Lots of good variety of sizes, although this is not a good sign. So I'm gonna have to glue that up real quick, but hopefully that won't happen too often. But yes, there we go. Happy to have these brushes. Okay, now that we finally have our colors finished. I didn't mix the bear color yet. We're just working on his outfit. So I think I'm gonna work, I might just push this off to the side a little bit. I think I'm going to work with the pink first. Okay, I think that'll be good, and I really don't have a lot of pink on this piece. This is definitely a different pink than this. It's way darker and it's a lot more purpley, I would say. So hopefully the color scheme still turns out okay, but let's just carry on. Okay, don't do that. If you're trying to make an art piece, don't drop your paintbrush all over your piece. So I'm just going to let these dots dry, and then I will put a pink layer over top, which is something that you can't really do with watercolor. So it's nice that you can layer gouache. But for now, I'm going to be trying to come up with a good bear brown. I don't know what tone. I made all of these bears a different brown, and I'm not even really sure which one I'm leaning towards, so I guess I'm kind of just gonna wing it and see what comes out and see what I like, and yeah, just go from there, I guess. The nice thing also about gouache is that these crusty bits, they will reactivate and re-soften, so even the crusty bits aren't a waste because they will reactivate and you can use them. There, I think that's quite nice. We'll go with that. So I'm not going to worry about any details at this point. And I didn't even really give his feet, paws, details to begin with. And I am doing more of a jithery line because I'm trying to, you know, give the feeling that his feet and his hair and stuff is all fuzzy. I decided I was going to add pink to the blue dots. There's no pink on the blue dots here, but I just felt like it might marry the two sides of his outfit a little bit better. So yeah, I made that decision. Hopefully I don't regret it. So I've done the base paint layer. So I'm gonna put my paints to the side. On my desk that is way too full. I'm gonna put my color guide off to the side now because we have our base colors mapped out. I'm gonna touch up a little bit of the drawing with pencil crayons, and then we're gonna line it. I have an idea about how I want to line it, but it might be a risk, so we'll have to see. But first, we're just going to add some texture with the pencil crayons. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to actually line it in this alcohol marker. Alcohol markers aren't really meant for line work or anything. You should probably use an ink, but I really wanted a color and I don't have any colored inks. So I want to try this. This is like the same color as the balls that he's juggling. So we're gonna have to see. I might have to take a picture of it how it is now and then go from there, because if this doesn't turn out, I might have to go over it with black. So let's just see. here's my little bear. Oh. Okay, right. I was going to make sure to remember to do this and I clearly forgot. So I'm going to have to finish this circle and then I'll have to color this in because that other foot should be behind the wheel. And I forgot to do that. Now I'm happier with that. Oh, except for I forgot to put this in. So that also needs to be added for his little seat. Okay, there. Now are we done? Now I think we're done. Okay. I did line it in this color and then I filled in the background and I kind of like it like this. I kind of think it looks pretty neat. I could still go over it with a black liner and that would even stand out with this purple background, but overall I think it looks kind of neat. There are ways I could definitely improve if I ever did this character again, but yeah. Thank you very much for hanging out with me as I drew my circus bear. Thank you for voting, and if you ever want to be part of the voting in the future, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!